I spent 6 years in prostitution. I got this tattoo to mark the last day I was bought, and since then I am no longer for sale. What my own body experienced and the suffering of others I witnessed can never be justified.
Some of the most vulnerable women in Britain have been caught up with people traffickers and in prostitution. And I'm concerned to do anything we can to protect those women and to bring down levels of prostitution, because it's essentially highly exploitative of those women.
I'm certain that we will never, ever be successful in combating human trafficking as long as there is demand.
The demand can be drastically reduced, and buying sexual services is not something that we want in a civic society.
Why this law works is because it puts them at risk of bringing what they do in the dark into who they are in the day. And that's a risk that I know, and I know these people very well. I spent 6 years in their company, that they are not prepared to take.
It has definitely made Sweden a bad market for traffickers to conduct activities. There is too much money in trafficking businesses. It is so much money, so trying to stop it without targeting the demand is impossible.
The Swedish model of the Sex Purchase Act has actually, in my opinion, driven it to us. We have the possibility to meet these women, these persons in prostitution, in a way that we wouldn't have otherwise. It has not driven it underground. It has opened up ways for us to actually change people's lives.
I think the biggest learning lesson for me is that bringing in a buyer's law, so criminalising buying another person's body, changes the whole culture and attitude towards women.
The Swedish law or the legislation of prostitution does not drive the prostitution underground. It is a kind of service that the buyer needs to find, so will the police.
As long as you have the legal framework saying that women's bodies can be purchased, you can never be in a position saying that you have gender equality in a society.
The exploitation of women, primarily women, through prostitution is that the law is the correct law to follow, in that we decriminalise the selling of it and we prosecute the purchaser. But importantly, it has to be backed up at either end. Education, so as people understand what they're doing wrong, and at the end of that, to find women and help them out of prostitution in a constructive manner so as they can live the lives they should have been living from day one.
Something has gone awry in humanity when trading in women and girls' bodies is at an incomprehensible level globally, and it is time the world acted. Sweden ignited a change by criminalising the purchase of sex, and now it is time other nations followed.